Hello everybody, welcome back to Biggie's Model Car Garage. This is Eric. Update on the Bronco. Yeah, not very happy with myself, but I got some stuff done, but it was like 2 steps forward, half step back. But yeah, anywho, I'll flip you around here. So I want to apologize too for the last video, poor sound quality, but I got quite a bit of mess here. Let me start you off with one of the foo bars. So anyway, this is the dash panel on the Bronco. Yeah, my hand was not very steady, and you can see right here. Let me get a pointer of some sort going on here. I need an empty stick. Hold on. I apologize. Not prepared. But anyway, so as you can see right here at the end of the stick, oh, and now my hand's shaking. So I wanted to use some Tamiya panel line, right? And this is rattle can spray, but so I had this area here got a little thick, right? So when I went to wipe it off, this happened. Little schmuggaroo. It actually was eating the paint. I know you're supposed to clear your paint and clear the body before you do any kind of panel line with this Tamiya stuff, but I mean, it worked out okay over here, right? This I noticed right after I didn't even get this cleaned off. So yeah, this is going to end up going into a bath of some sort. My question is, so I use Purple Power, right, to strip chrome, but my question is, other than isopropyl, what can I use to strip this paint? Because I have to strip this and reshoot it or respray it, because yeah, like I said, it was eating the paint off right here. So yeah, if you guys want to bleep loop it down in the comments what you guys use, I would greatly appreciate it, because yeah, I totally upset with myself. The body turned out okay. Yeah, the body turned out all right. No major flaws. I mean, it's got a little, but other than that, not too bad. I guess, you know, I don't know. I'm not rushing it. This kind of crap always happens to me. You know, I take my time, try to do a decent job, and I'm sure it's happened to everybody, but you know, you try to do a decent job, you know, everything's going good, and then bang. But I have plans to detail this. I want to detail up, you know, wire up the lightning cube here and run some wires and stuff. But yeah, heater hose or whatever, you know. Anyway, there's that. That's the body. The door cards turned out good. Hair on there. Door cards turned out good. Taped them off with the Tamiya tape. Still got to detail them up. I should have shaved these off. I have some aftermarket window hand cranks, but I mean, it's raised enough I can get some decent detail out of it. I mean, so far, I mean, I don't have any complaints about the kit itself. It's just my work I have complaints about. So no one said anything, but so I went and did like Rancho shocks, red and white. I didn't really want to go with yellow. I thought the red would kind of complement, you know. Other than that, I haven't done any detail. I want to flat coat all this before I do the Tamiya on the transfer case and your, I don't know, what is that, like not a sway bar, traction bar, I don't know. Then up here in the steering arm and stuff, I don't know. The hood. The grill turned out okay. Doing 2 coats, it got a little thick. I mean, you can still kind of see it. It's going to have a decal on it, but you can still kind of read the Ford in there, so I wasn't too concerned about that. But as far as the color, I mean, everything's turning out. Haven't done any more with the seats or anything like that. Steering wheel. So instead of doing like a flat brown, like dry brush on it, I took some clear Tamiya yellow, kind of painted over it. It gave it a little glossy tone, but it also kind of gave it that, with that first coat of the desert yellow or whatever it was, kind of gave it a worn wood look. Worn wood, like not a wood, but like a worn look to it. Turned out okay, I think. So I'm just gonna go with that. Nothing special. The hood turned out okay-ish. I do have some dust on it, and the sanding marks didn't come out. I'm hoping I can wet sand that down with, like, I don't know, either that or this thing's gonna get soaked too when I soak the dash and respray this, because I'm not happy with the sand marks still showing. I don't have the funds right now for an airbrush, and I really don't have a space. One of these days I'll show you, maybe in this video, I'll show you what I'm working with. And so that's the hood. Okay, that's just gonna sit there. My fingers aren't working. The bumpers I sprayed in gloss white. Nothing special. Kind of questioning my choice of color, but I was looking online for ideas, and all I did was shot this in gloss black. Should have went with flat black actually for the chassis instead of gloss, but it is what it is. No turning back on that. I want the bolt heads and stuff on the. Want to think about painting like aluminum, just so that little contrast. You know what I mean? It's just kind of plain. So on to another FUBAR-ish moment. So I added the oil filter, right? That turned out okay. I was using that plug boot is sparkulator boot there is not centered, and then on the drinker side that one's way off. But you know what I mean, honestly, when it's sitting in the everything's detailed up, yeah, and I got black on that, whatever. But drilled out that I had a pre-wired distributor, right, from Gopher Racing, and trying to fit it in here, it didn't work. And so those pre-wired distributors are it's like billet, right? And it ended up splitting, so I had to trash that. But the drill bits I'm working with, so I got these from Harbor Freight for like $6.99, and this is the widest one you get. They don't have sizes tapped on them or anything, right? I mean, that's all that's on there for a number. They're not numbered. You don't know what size bit. It's like, and I have 2 pin vices. I have a decent pin vise. However, the collet inside is the wrong size collet. So I can't use those bits in here. So I was doing them by hand, you know. Oh, pain in the, yeah. Keep it PG. And this is the other pin vise. So this collet, I only have 1 collet too. And this one's even smaller yet. Old one, obviously. Got it. It was a hand-me-down from a friend of my ex's parents, and he used to do a lot of like wood making, like, oh, he made a D9 or D10 cat, fire truck, monster truck, tractors and stuff like that, all out of wood. Oh, and they're phenomenal. But anyway, when he passed away, they handed them down to me. But so I went to use the first. So I had got some Bill from Loki Scale Models gave me some distributors, I believe from MCV Products, and those aren't drilled out, right? They're not pre-drilled. You gotta drill them, right? But anyway, he gave me 2, and along with some coils. But I had them drilled, and I was going to put the boots in, and one of them had split off. So, because I had cut the wires off the pre-wired distributor, they were white, and I want to use white. So I X-nayed the boots on that. I put 45s. I had a set of my own, 90 degree, that I had ordered from ProTech. And I was going to use those in the distributor. And then he had given me, Bill again, had given me a set of 45s. Right here. Which I ended up using. Or did I? No, I used 90s. Sorry, I used my 90s in here. The 45s. I think I had 2 sets of 45s. I can't remember. Anyway. Yeah, I had 2 sets of 40. No. I only used 3 out of that. I was going to put the 45s in the distributor, and that's when I noticed the one hole. Like I said, my drill bits, I don't know what size drill bit I'm using because it doesn't have a number on it. And it split. Anyway, I X-nayed that. So on this one, this is the extra one I got. So I got to re-drill the hole for the vacuum bands. And I'm just going to drill these out. I'm not even going to put boots in them because, you know, honestly, these kind of look like boots. You know, in a way. I don't know. Because I don't want to order any more pre-wired. I thought about it, but right now I'm just kind of short on funds. I mean, I'm not short on funds. I just want to try to save my money. I got these from Detail Master. This is a heater hose from Detail Master. And I don't know. I think Detail Master, I went on there last night and everything was like sold out. And they have some wire. They had some wire looms that I was looking at. So you got the 4, and then the 3. Can't count. Then the 2, and then it splits down to 1 in a line. So you start out with the 4, and then it goes in a straight line right across the valve cover. starts, 4, 3, 2, and then down to the single. I do want to, on the breather here, I was looking at some pictures of some 302s. This is a 302 that had, off the breather, it had a hose coming out. And somewhere, it came over somewhere here. I don't know where it hooks up to or connects to. This, I'm not sure. That's probably not the correct spot for the dipstick. I got the starter wired up. You can see one of the holes there. There's 2 holes in there. Got those holes pre-drilled because I'm going to run, to the battery, and then to the voltage regulator, which is on. They have one. I thought about making one, but they have one molded into the engine compartment. Not sure if that's the correct spot for the dipstick. I mean, if it's not, and you guys know where it would be located on here, which side, I'm almost certain it would be on the drinker side. I don't think it would be over here. I could be wrong. I don't know if they connect down here to the oil pan. I don't know. I did do some, it's hard to see it, I did do some silver on the bolt heads here. I may have to do another coat. Not the right color. They may pop after I do some. This is all for my hands. It was humid this weekend, and this is all for my fingers. But a little grimy, but you know what? I'm going to leave it. Painted on some, looks like, I have some bare metal foil, but it's old. I don't know how well it's going to work out, but painted on some hose clamps. But this I'm just going to leave white. I'm going to I'll paint it flat white, and then I have or I might just leave it and then put the decal on there. But I got to put something on there so the decal bites to it, and I don't have any gloss white. But yeah, got the go forward and backwards machine here done in aluminum. Yeah, as far as my paint goes, that's it. But yeah, everything just went to heck in a handbasket last night, trying to yeah, I'm gonna flip you back around. So yeah, that was my night in a nutshell. Got home from work and just could not get things to work out. I was ready to throw in the towel, but I know we've all been there. So yeah, I haven't got any more done with the seats or interior or anything like that. Actually, I'll flip you back around, show you what I'm working with here on my desk. This is my desk. I share this desk with, that's what I'm going to use for Clear to Quick Shine. I share this desk with my fiance. She is a crafter. She likes to do doll houses, so a lot of this crap is hers on this side. But that's one of the doll houses she did, right? A long time ago, I guess. Lift you up here a little bit. And then up here is her fairy doll house. That's the back side of it. Hard to see it. This room here actually opens up. You may see a little bit of it. All handmade. I mean, she's doing really phenomenal work in there. I wish I could flip the house around so you could see the front side of it. But she's doing all the furniture and stuff, all like out of stuff she's finding outside. And she hasn't worked on it for a while, so. But yeah, this is some of the furniture she's made. I mean, she was thinking about doing a YouTube channel. And honestly, I think, I think she should do it, but it's up to her. I'm not going to force her hand on it. Yeah. I mean, she's got a little grill back there. You see it right there? I mean, it's cute. It is cute stuff. She's got a table back there. Sorry for the lighting back there, but yeah, bathtub somewhere. I don't know if she put it in there already. Yeah, I think she already put it in there. The armoire or hutch type thing, cabinet. And she's got a wishing well right back there. And she's got her cabinet right here. But if I wanted to get an airbrush, feller would have to clean this area off. And for a spray booth, right? So, and that's another thing she was making. She saw using a Nerf football. The Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. And up yonder, can't see them, but up yonder are some of my finished models. I wish I had all the rest of them. Mind the mess, but that's my dresser. And yeah, just the closet, my storage for my models. There is like I said before in my intro, like little intro short that I did, I don't just do cars. I like to do armor, planes, ships. And up on the back behind me there is a 1/350 scale North Carolina. I had built one when I was younger. We went on vacation out to Washington, D.C., and we were going to Florida afterwards. So we took a trip from Washington, D.C. and followed the East Coast all the way to Florida. But on the way, we had stopped at North Carolina and toured the battleship. So when I was younger, I had got a model from their gift shop, and I had built it up. Nothing special, just out of the box. But my brother, I had an older brother. He had passed away in 2017 from a massive stroke. But every time I'd finish a dang model, I come home from school, he'd be home. I'd have cars melted, my G.I. Joe figures. He decided he was going to take one of the cannons I got from Gettysburg when we were out there, that same trip. Stuck some G.I. Joes on the end of it, put some lady fingers in there, and decided he was going to blast them across my bedroom. All my cars he melted, but had I knew how to do dioramas back then, I had built the Quadzilla. I'm sure you all know about it, right? The old Ford monster truck. Love that kit for some reason, and it's hard to find. I mean, I shouldn't say it's hard to find, but I thought about now, had I stroking out here, my brain ain't braining. If I had those cars that he melted, I could use those for a diorama with it, make it look crushed. And up at the top too, I have a re-release of the Meisterbrow, the original Meisterbrow, Blazing Bison. AMT re-released it, or Round 2 did, back in 2016, I want to say. They re-released it without the Meisterbrow tag. But the guy that drove that pulling tractor is from Wisconsin. Him and his son actually hold a few, they were pretty well known back in the 80s. But anyway, in 86, when I had that kit and built it, my brother and I had gotten in a fight, and he pushed me on the bed, broke it. Well, I got that kit back, or found it when they re-released it, got it before it went out of reproduction, and started building it. And then when I got together with Heidi, and I moved here, and I was bringing some of my uncompleted models, box models, brought that one with, because that was one I was working on, and I'm missing 3 parts out of there. I got to go in there and see what 3 parts they are. I really don't want to get a new kit to replace them, but what I'm thinking about doing is going on the AJ Models, Adrenaline Junkie Models. They do resin kits, and I thought about getting one of those, that 7-engine one that they have, and using the decals from that and painting it up, kind of as like a modern version of it if they were to bring it back, which I think would be kind of cool. And now they have the pulling sleds, resin pulling sleds, so then I could do a diorama of that. Anyway, rambling. Sorry for the nostril shot. That's pretty much it. Sorry for the extra long video here, but I want to thank y'all. Yeah, have a good night. I live here in Wisconsin, so they're talking some severe weather here in the next couple days, overnight in the next couple days. So all y'all that watch this from Wisconsin, stay safe, and anywhere else in the country, stay safe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. If I do any more on this and get stuff situated or figured out, and start working, tinkering on it. In other words, I might just have to step back from this and work on another kit, which I have started for somebody. But I'll do another update for you. But in the meantime, y'all stay safe and build cars, have fun, and y'all take care. Bye.